When we heard there was an entire Maine village for sale, we wondered what life would be like if we landed the winning bid. What about the area surrounding Tuthill? As we explore Pittston, Maine, we find an area rich in history, tradition, entrepreneurship, and community. What's any New England town without a spot like the Village General Store, where owner Jim Favreau welcomes regulars and keeps things distinctly Maine? It's here we meet residents Jane Hubert and Larry Ireland, the latter of whom has long called Pittston home.
All my life, 81 years. I think it's great. I like it. I would have been moved away if I hadn't been. While
Ireland's a true Mainer, Hubert and her late husband came from away, moving from New Jersey in 1973.
We bought 101 acres for $5,500. This community was my family. My baby showers were held here, surprise birthday parties. Some of the people have stayed the same. Some of the grudges have stayed the same.
And thanks to a book authored by Ireland's mother, residents can immerse themselves in the Pittston of long ago.
She always was somewhat of a historian in the town. People always called upon her with questions about people, places, and so she decided to write the book.
The town has a rich history. In 1775, it served as the staging ground for Benedict Arnold's expedition to seize Quebec from the British Army. But these days, it's a peaceful community where residents can count on each other, especially Ireland, who continues to work as a firefighter. In fact, the town's firehouse is actually named after him. But what keeps him going?
Camaraderie of the other firefighters, and it's a needed commodity of the town, and I like it.
Just before our visit, Ireland was on the scene when another longtime resident, Pete Kelly, suffered a significant loss.
The main farmhouse where I grew up, my father grew up, and his grandfather started, was built in 1848. And we just lost it last Monday.
But a quick and coordinated response stopped the fire from spreading.
We had 7 towns that come around, and everybody worked together great. It was really amazing.
Soon it was back to business as usual for Kelly, who lives and works on a road named for his family. A well-known name at that. The Kelly family's business has spanned 180 years.
Well, we do a little of everything. We raise cattle and sell the beef, and we do haying, and we do firewood, and I've been able to keep it going for so long, and hopefully my sons will keep it here for over 200 years, so that's kind of a record for around the area, I believe. And it's getting harder for farms to stay together. You get all these houses coming, and one guy told me the other day the last crop a farmer plants is a house.
In the meantime, Kelly's sister, Louise Crook, is fighting to keep a historic house standing.
The Colbert School was built in 1815, 1816. It was the only brick school in town. It was used in the 60s. It was added to the historical register, which we're very proud of.
But as with any historic building, it needs renovations. That project has been spearheaded by fellow resident and town selectman Joe Caputo, a Rhode Island native who is happy to give back to the town he now calls home.
I've traveled around the world a lot, but I always look forward to coming home to Pittston. It's a wonderful town to be part of, and there is, as Louise alluded to, some great history.
Some of which lies just a few yards away from the old schoolhouse, according to Riverside Cemetery caretakers Dwayne and Sandra Toby.
This stone was dedicated in 2016 to the 48 people that our former secretary found by dowsing this area, trying to locate all the people in the cemetery.
Dowsing refers to using 2 copper rods to search for, among other things, unmarked graves.
There was a body there they would cross. If there was no body, they'd stay straight. When she got down here, she found all these people, but no stones to identify them. So we had a meeting, and we decided as a group that we were going to do something to honor these people.
I thought these people should be recognized, even though we don't know if they were veterans, sea captains, or just people from the nursing home that didn't have any money.
Another example of a close-knit community looking after those who live there and those who died there.
I love it here. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.